Hey you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I have a really special video to share with you guys today. I've actually been collecting footage now since the middle of March, and I have learned a new skill. I have learned how to graft, and at this point I'm definitely 50-50 on it. Still waiting to see about the other two scions, and I really got excited because I'm pretty certain now that in my older apple, they were whips last year, and this year's their second year with me. I'm pretty certain we've set fruit this year. So I want to give you a little backstory first. So I have good friends who run and own Heritage Groves Farm, and they reached out. They found Stone River Nursery and a guy named Javier, and he is doing his doctorate down up at the University of Florida. He has the heart of a teacher. He came to their house 2 years ago, maybe sooner, but for sure 2 years ago. That's kind of when I came on board, and he grafted all sorts of stuff to their apple trees. So he was grafting onto that, and then they have plums and peaches too. He was grafting onto that. It's all part of his doctorate work, is to study bringing apples from northern parts of the country and bringing them to Florida, and try to make that a regular thing. So he started with, I don't know enough. I really would love to go sit him down and put a camera on him and let him explain this in his own words. So JR, if you're watching, go ahead, let me know if you want to do that. But anyhow, he was grafting these scions and these whips onto Bud 9, Bud 10, Geneva something, all these different rootstocks that were doing really well here in the Florida soil. And one of them that he brought down that ended up in my hands last year was the Bite Me, that was bred by Stephen, also known on YouTube as Skill Cult. And Stephen bred this apple, the best I could figure out, about 6 years ago, and then he left it open for anybody who wanted to do, to give out the scions or to spread the pollen, save pollen and spread it. And he was 100% for, allowing what he created to go on out. And somehow JR found him in those scions, and he brought them here to Florida. Hence I have a Bite Me tree, which originates, I think it's in Northern California, if I'm not mistaken. So then, and I also bought from the Heritage Groves Farm. They bought it from JR, Stone River Nursery. And so I bought their Devonshire Quarreden apple also. Different reasons. Some of these apples are for fresh eating. Some have multi-purpose, like fresh eating and baking. Some are better for juicing, things like that. So I've had behind me the Bite Me and the Quarreden right there, or the Devonshire right over here. Well, then this year I was told JR was going to be back down at Heritage Groves Farm for more grafting this year. And I was like, oh, I want to, but we had a lot on our plate with that morning. But then, I don't know, it just worked out where I was just sitting around while people were talking, and I was there twiddling my thumbs, and I'm like, Jack, can I go? And, will you miss me? Do you need me? Nope, go on, he said. And I did. I hauled Fanny down 95. And anyhow, long story short, I got there right after he did, and I got a wonderful lesson in grafting. Now, I tried to be quiet and just watch everything that was going on. and just learn, observe. I took a whole page of notes, and then he said, at the end, when he was done with all of their trees, he said, "Would you like to try?" And you know, my first impulse is, no, nope, that's okay. I don't want to. I'm not here because, I'm just observing. And so anyhow, he said, "No, come on." So they had extra. They had extra scions that they had dropped on the ground when they were cutting and doing their grafting. So I got to just practice with that and put one of them onto a crabapple tree, doing all that, but everything worked out beautifully. I was doing some technique wrong, which is probably why none of my grafts had been working before. And it was way better to have hands-on experience and one-on-one teaching. And so with that, I came home. And I came home with 4 different scions, and I started doing 2 of them that night. And so this is the video footage that you will see from that night. Well, this is my Devonshire Quarreden, and I'm going to practice my grafting skills on it. So as you can see, it has 4 nice, well, 3 good branches, and then one of those branches has a double branch, so 4 altogether of options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to graft a Granny Smith apple onto this. So I'm going to take this, it had been cut here last year, and I'm going to cut it back even further this year for my new graft. Okay, so I guess I'm going to go, let's go about right there. And it's a straight cut. Okay, it has a lot of green in there, so it's very much alive. And what I'm going to do is put a little protection here. The graft that I would like to attempt to, the scion, I should say, I want to use is this. Okay, so this is the top, this is the bottom, and I would like it
probably to come, we use that as the base so it will grow outward this way. So I'm going to go attempt, let's see this, double check, measure twice, okay, right there. So I need to cut this, excuse me. There we go. It's always hardest to break through it, and then it gets easier. And I want to go down approximately
1 inch to 1.5 inches. I'm already kind of coming off the side here a little bit. Not happy with that. For the scion, like I said, I want it to come out this way. So I am going to whittle down like this.
and right up this side. Your knife has to be extremely sharp. And I'm trying it kind of using a special glove that's a little thicker. Hopefully that'll keep my fingers safe. Okay, so there. Maybe just a touch more. Let's try it. Let's see how. Oh, let's put that on.
Oh, that fits in there really good, really well. We have a lot of good contact in there. That's gonna go exactly where I want it to go. And it does have paraffin wax on the top. Actually, I think that has candle wax, but the paraffin wax was best recommended. I have the paraffin tape here. You take your tape, give it a little stretch a little bit. Now I come in, and the place I need the most contact is where I start with. I feel like their tape was better quality than mine. I think I also made a rookie mistake. I feel like my My scion is smaller than the area that I was cutting from. Could have gone up a little bit higher. Make sure I come way down past the point where I cut into the main apple tree. Now work my way back on up, all the way back, and make sure. This is like self-adhesive tape. It's supposed to be. Okay, now here's the second side that I would like to do, and I have a Nova Spy, which is a scion, which is a baby of Northern Spy and another variety. I'll put it down. But anyhow, so I'm gonna go ahead. I found a scion that matched approximately, it goes this way. So this is about the same size as it. So I'm going to cut right here. There. Take it off. I am going to put this on for protection. Now let me double check this. So there's the top end. It has the angle cut. And here's the bottom. I think we're gonna go this way. So okay, I'm gonna lay that right there. Woo! And that's why you have cardboard there. Once that upper layer gave way, boy, that knife sliced right through there. Okay. Now, now I would like to, I guess it goes this way. Yeah. So I'm going to whittle this side and this side. Oh, that's a really good graft. So after that night, we just had to wait and see what was going to go on. And, you know, little by little, I thought I saw 3 of the 4 of them all kind of coming alive. We had a lot of rain. It was perfect in the timing of it with the rain. And I thought really, really, really good. One of them was the Burgundy apple. The other one was Jonas Gold. And they were put on the Bite Me tree. Then there was Granny Smith and Nova Sky put onto the Devonshire apple. And it was just waiting, and I thought I saw them beginning to wake up. And for sure Burgundy was the first out of the gate and growing really well. And then after that, I thought I saw the Nova Sky, but then it didn't really take off. And then I thought I saw the Jonas Gold also put a little green leaf up, which later browned up, and I'm afraid to say, but perhaps the graft is dying. The scion looks like it has some browning in it. So that one may not have taken. But then out of nowhere, the little bitty Granny Smith piece that you saw in the video all of a sudden has expanded and grown, and it just like found its groove, you know, the right temperatures, the right everything. And so that's been fantastic. And I didn't really, I just thought the bees were gonna find it, so I didn't really go ahead and hand pollinate the Devonshires until maybe it was already too late and I probably missed my window there. But then I thought, okay, when the bite me goes off, I'm gonna do that. And sure enough, I did. And maybe not a success the first time, but the second time I definitely hit it, and I have what looks to be like 4 apples. And you'll see some of that in this video next. And then, okay, and then also the Nova Sky, I'm still waiting on that one. Not sure if that one's gonna take or not. You know, you just gotta be patient, because some are early season, some are mid-season, some are late season apples. So don't give up on your grafts and your scions too soon. But let me go ahead and show you what they look like as of today. So this is the Bite Me, and it's on a Bud 9 rootstock. Right here's the original graft, and then the Bite Me came in, and it went off in a couple directions. I have a couple nice. It wasn't a complete, this is the main whip or the main line, and then it has put on a couple side things here and there. Here is where I put in my Burgundy graft, and look, it's not only taken off on the main section, but it is also put on an entirely new soon to be branch, you know, if you will. This is where I put the Jonas Gold. Like I said, it had green in it. Oh, I can't really face you this way because of the sun, but it may still come back right in that sun is playing with us. Right in here, maybe you can see it may still come out, and maybe I'm worrying for nothing, but it really does seem like it's on the fence, 50-50, whether that one will take or not. Now this is my Devonshire. This is also on a Bud 9 rootstock, and Bud 9 actually stays shorter than the Geneva ones. So the Genevas will yield you a larger apple. Think of it sort of as a funnel. So the Bud 9, and I think there's even Bud 10, kind of constricts the food and nutrition going up. So it ends up dwarfing these trees. And if I understood them right, my trees will only be about 12 feet. So here is the Devonshire Quarreden, and it had blooms on it somewhere, but they came off. I'm still waiting to see if this one will turn into something or not. At this point, it doesn't look real hopeful, but anyhow, it's still pretty nice tree. Oh, and it had, okay, multiple branches. So on this side, this is the one that got the Nova Sky, and I thought it had a little swelling on the buds, but doesn't really look like it's going to come through for me. We'll just give it a little bit longer. And then the one you saw me graft first in the video, this is the, or was it second? I can't remember. But this is the Granny Smith right in here. See how there's only like about an inch here, and then there was an inch underneath the tape? I put the blue tape around to hold the paraffin tape in place, just because of all the rain we were having. I was looking for something where the water would run off of it. But anyhow, look at all the new growth. Just in a matter of, let's see, that was middle of March, and this is, so in less than 2 months time, it not only took, but it's putting on a few inches of growth. And then here's the rest of it. This one is still the original plant, but I thought that would be really cool to show you guys what's going on. And we got some new growth as well with the Bite Me. These are all new sections for this year. I had a little bit of aphid issue when these leaves were first emerging, but and I did a little bit of a neem oil treatment, but as soon as I saw that there were buds, blooms coming, I went ahead and stopped all the neem oil, and I did try to just hose of fresh water on it and knock them back and just wait for the plant to become stronger. Within here, there are light color female parts, and then on the outside of here is the male darker parts. And so my goal is to cut those out of there. Hold on. Let me try it on this side first. I'm collecting pollen. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the male parts? So I'm putting them in here. This just opened up this morning too, so it's really, really fresh. And then I'm almost too short to see what I'm doing. Oh, we might have to actually change places, Michael. There's another one. I already pollinated these first thing this morning, so I'm just barely collecting any pollen. Really don't want to take too much. I definitely don't want to take the girl parts. Okay, so that's pretty good. And so in here now are the male parts that have pollen on them. And the females, I'm leaving them. They were pollinated this morning, so hopefully we're going to get apples. Now, right underneath this set of blooms, I pollinated these a couple days ago. These were opening today. And right under here, I hope you can see there are 4 little round, hold on. And I'm using black paper. Let me just put that out there because it's easier to see the pollen on the black construction paper. Now over here, you'll see these are a little bit more swollen. Hope you can see that. So it looks to me like I have 4 apples pollinated. Down here, if you look down the first 2 sets that came out to be pollinated, I don't believe I have any pollination on them. And they are actually really thin at the base. They're not at all swollen like these are. So just for comparison, I hope you can see that. And these will probably fall off just like my Devonshires did. This is the Bite Me apple, and I'm pollinating it with Bite Me pollen. And show you, these are the males, and these are the females, I believe, if the plant will hold still. And so what I'm collecting today is the male parts right in here with the more golden color. If you want to pollinate your plant, your apple tree, just kind of run. I took this Q-tip. Actually, it's not a Q-tip. It's more in the art. Bought it in the art section. And I pulled off a lot of the cotton, so it's just kind of just cotton on the end, not just like a whole gob, but a little bit. And then I just run this over. It's also microscopic. You guys, I am brand new at grafting and at pollinating and brand new at apples. I've only had apples like maybe 15 months ever. So please be gentle and kind in the comments if you catch me doing something wrong. I'm sure I have a lot of room for improvement and a lot of knowledge left to gain. I'm really just tickled pink that I got 2 of my 4 grafts for sure growing very well, a potential 3rd, and I'm not sure about the 4th, but I will take those odds any day of the week. And it looks like we've set fruit on top of that, so I couldn't be happier. And today I pollinated some more, so we'll see if I got more fruit coming. I'll just be happy if I get like a couple or few apples, and we can finally see what all the hubbub is about the Bite Me apple So I'm sure I'll be so pleased with my choices regardless. And at this point, Granny Smith, I can't even tell you, that is like Christmas every morning when I wake up and I realize I got a Granny Smith apple tree in my backyard. That is my favorite apple of all apples. and I have one. So in Florida, in the land of where you can only grow Annas and golden Dorsets, right? And Annas, yeah, we have, at this point, looks like we've beaten the stereotype, and we are the exception, and hopefully going to become the rule in Florida in the future. And I'm really excited to be on the cutting edge of all this new research. I love it. JR, if you're watching, thank you so much. Steve and Marilee, if you're watching, thank you so much for being patient and inviting and encouraging, all the things you always do. And just, you know, I might have been a little green with envy when I kept seeing all your trees being grafted, and I was like, oh, this is fantastic. It was overwhelming the first couple times, but you know, finally it took, and it really hit me hard like the bug to graft. So thank you, everybody. I highly doubt that Stephen from Skill Cult will ever see my video, but if you are, thank you for making this beautiful tree. I do, you know, developing it, the seed, growing an apple from seed when they said that couldn't be done, and you said bite me, and that's how the tree got named. That's fantastic stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, going through it, watching it again, living through it, and just being so excited that we're going to bring apples to Florida. So you guys take care. God bless. I will see you in the very next video. Bye.